Well, October 16 marks 2 years since the launch of the Feed Salon strategy by President Bio. What impact has it made so far? So that we can talk about in the program this morning. So of course, the Feed Salon project after the free quality education. Another project where the government put more attention. Remember the first side of President Julius Maada Bio, he talked about free quality education, and now this one more deal with the big five game changer, and in that big five game changer, I talk about the feed salon. How people for it. And mind you, 10% of the salon budget to go to the feed salon project. And of course, this project will launch the 16th of October 2023. 2 years down the line. Waiting don't they happen. Most of the probably the key objective of this feed salon project, one, now for reduce import. Meaning that food items, especially staple food, them reduce them not for they come into the country, and from the minister 15% of that don't be dropped down, don't be cut down, or food will they come inside the country. And also for increased exports, that means how we will send food outside of Salone and make more money. Third, it's about job creation. Within the field salon project, people will get work, how this don't be actualized, or how this don't be a reality. So that's of course, and also of course the broader one now for make we as salon people able for eat from waiting we get, or from waiting with the plans, or from waiting we go as a nation. Remember those Ebola COVID-19, you find out say people struggle because all man we get for all Leone, and if we self we get something we feel like we don't the plans or don't they go or whatever. It's like now something where people know for strain. So if we get food within our country, when we self they go and plant anything, and they will look at one, if the price is self reduced, there is amount of question in which they produce within the country in terms of price and all. So plenty of things they will talk about the feed salon project. It's 2 years today, and how far this feed salon don't go. It's a 5 years project. We're supposed to live up to 2028. What are the actuality? The reality of this feed salon. So that's what we're going to discuss. On that we can discuss in the program this morning. So we expect to get Alpha Yaya Mansare, and of course, the Director of Extension at the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, and of course, Hamed Nano, Executive Secretary, the Sierra Leone Chambers of Agric Business Development. So that into people who they can get in the program for me, we can talk about, well, it's business, food business, which is so much important. Joining me in the studio now, I don't get Alpha Yaya Mansare, and of course, Director of Extension, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. Mr. Mansare, good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning, listeners.
2 years down the line, how you feel the salon on too?
Yeah, I feel very hopeful and very optimistic, given the direction we will go. Say we are not there yet, but we don't take a very good, lane. Like we the wrong spot. They say lane one always. Now everybody can want. So I think right now we're in a lane one, and we are moving at a very high pace. Not even the way we expect. As a ministry.
I like we start on that footing there. The pace is very high. So is the feed salon actually don't begin for feed the people of Sierra Leone?
Oh yes, definitely. That we can say with all certainty, because now if we can use food grown in Sierra Leone for feed the schools, it's a direct impact from within we say in our strategy that we want for reduce food importation, and the only way we will do that now for boost local production, and we grow within with the eat in this country. So directly you see right now we buy local food from farmers across the country.
And of course that's now from the World Food Program. 30% of which they buy now for local farmers then.
Exactly.
According to the presidency.
Exactly. And And these are the benchmarks them, and these are the clear indicators then where UDC say yes, we are making progress. Because if WFP they go buy rice from farmers, you really know say there is an increased production and productivity, and you see this a high level rice compared to the last 3 years. Rice where then a process competitive one where they match international standard. Say what you may say, but at least now you get rice where declared by Standard Bureau, we fit for consumption by our students, our pupils in school. So we also see SLPMC now in Cambia. We have a strategic grain reserve. People will say, hey, we know people, the rest not they eat, plenty. But these
because that's just what I said, which we talk about. So basically, now we school begin no more, don't begin enjoy that facility there. And what about we, the parents, them? I mean, is it not making cuts across that people are making benefits from the Feed Salon project?
Definitely. Now the surplus, now they go now the schools them. So you think about food security is if the home no get the extra, there is no way they go sell to WFP. So the trajectory where they go is produce for home consumption, and then the surplus you sell. So you find out say all the areas then how they mop up the rice, how WFP they buy rice, how SLPMC they buy the rice from farmers. They are taking their surpluses. They know they go buy imported rice for it. Yeah. Now what they don't grow, and then they know say they don't get waiting, then they eat throughout the period, and then the surplus then they pick up by WFP and the aggregators they were there.
So when you go on the market, I mean, which one you will pinpoint say this na Feed Salon project size?
Well, definitely we're able label them because where you go, we country rest and different. So now so we can say we country rest and different. You get different type of rest in the market. But I'll tell you now where you go, all the rest we locally produce, you will see them. They are displayed. The only thing what they say now, okay, people and they say they know they see at the shelves them. They know they see bag. But now you see branded rice bags them. Where like we get to WFP, we now get to SLPMC. We also get branded bag rice them, where youth groups them.
You want to consider as probably is something we want to give a thoughts about that, because if things are not visible, like people need to see, then they like probably this stuff Feed Salon project guys. I mean, plenty of people could doubt the entire process, and people still are asking. Some people say don't they make comments since Feed Salon, I mean the project was launched, we never see single bag of rice.
Yeah, but
you want to consider that as a mistake or some sort of
not a mistake. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
Yeah. Value addition, branding, all and thing, and it's a work in progress. And then you see as they build the private sector and capacity for take that space, we know say when the okay, right now I'll go back to WFP. You see, because they are they're guided and how they do things. You see, they are branding all over with their bags. There are other private sector also they brand them bags them. So we're moving forward to that stage where they get aggregators them. Also where they buy this rice, stock and shelves them with different brands them. So when once they establish them clusters, then the rest they come up from them clusters, then you see say all them branding, then the way people then talk about now say when you see the 5 kg, but now you want 5 kg rice, they will process it for you and then they will deliver. You go to Kenema right now, there is an agribusiness entity where they will give you 5 kg rice, they will give you 25 kg rice branded, but as we say, people and okay, we know they see and like we see the other rest they come up Bangladesh, India, and in terms of display. But it's a work in progress. Yeah, they grab everything together. What do we want for now? We are very focused. Let's increase production and productivity. Then we're adding value and all this branding, visibility, will come. Within the minister, they say, as long as we are saving, our country money for go outside, our farmers, then they get, dividend from what they do. That's very critical in terms of visibility now for do whatever popularization, Feed Salon this. We are seeing it, but then labeling it, we go counter than there as we move forward.
This don't actually affect, the price of rice. Is Feed Salon a contributing factor? We don't look at the change of the price of rice?
Yeah, say what you may say, it don't get significant impact because what if I'm for no, you have a pathway for rice flows, where imported rice, to be specific. So when rice come up from offshores, it come Freetown. The rest not on Freetown no more in the Etam. They move na the provincial areas. So you have a flow charge for rice. Rice the way they go Kwenadugu, where they go Kenema, where they go Bond. So that area then they when once now they don't up their game for produce the local rice. We go serve them throughout the year. You see that restricted flow of the rice. So once rice flow restricted from here to the area, then they definitely, it will impact, because the more.
So, but for now, you're not beginning for impact.
No, not the impact. So you see,
because according to findings, we local rice they're now very much expensive past the one in say for the import outside.
Yes, let's accept that way local rice expensive for now. So that's what we are preaching to our people, our consumers. Expensive because it's very rich. They get all the value for impact the human body, and as compared to the imported rice. These are rice grown here over a year period, and then you plate, you consume them, and then you don't get any challenges.
So how this will feed the people of the country where the president in dream now for make everybody, reduce in hunger and look at the economical challenge, of course, now the country.
Yeah, it's a process. Yeah, we are moving towards. We are clear. It's an ambitious goal. We are doing. Think the way other country do for 15 years. We don't set ourselves 5 years targets for DUA. Yeah, but we are building the blocks. Once we build them blocks, then we move. Like right now, you see, we are fixing the systems. All the critical challenges that we've been getting.
Still 2 years on to fix the system.
Yes, it's because we're starting from ground zero. Yeah, we're not one for do cosmetic stuff, because you need the machine. How you go do increase production and productivity? You don't have required machinery services. You don't have tractors. You have to mechanize agriculture. How you go do if you don't have a very good seed system? High yielding varieties were resistant to what's in the happen now with climate change. So these are all the things that you build, an agro-dealer network system, so that farmers then were able to access them varieties of seeds, then they will impact the yield at the end of the day. How you go do this without finance? You want for let private sector then take this entire space. So we now get tailored finance and credit scheme to private sector players, and we see how then they don't impact, the entire sector as we move forward. Now we have private sectors, then we access credit, we don't add to the machinery services. Because since the call where His Excellency make, everybody, DJs, journalists, radio presenters, everybody, they can knock now doors. They have farms. And so there's a growing population of farmers across the country. And we respond adequately. But we are not doing it as a ministry. We just set the models. We want the private sector to come and take that space.
Because that's a just one for ask, and most of them farmers and they belong to the private sector. Look at a large number of Yabas they come out from PC and Sons, right, and of course those are from the private sector. People don't expect that. Let's talk about government support to this feed salon project. 10% of the country in budgets they go to the field salon project. Is this enough?
Well, it's money not ever enough because of the kind target then we set for ourselves. But we know they focus too much on the money. It's about if you get the money, you don't have the strategies then well laid out for utilize that cash. So you know will create the impact you want to create. So like you call PC and Sons. So these are the models then we work with now. So we want for catalyze their models then we want for see the same thing replicates possibly na Moyamba, also na onion, production area. So you see we focus more na Potloko. Most of our projects run by the Minister of Agriculture focus na Potloko for ramp onion production, so that we not go back to what happened some years back. And I'm sure Fambul them, the one they already listen, say we've stabilized onion. We are not there yet in terms of complete reduction of importation of onion, but onion largely price table, and people are happy, with what's in the sea right now. So this is the way we want to move the entire initiative across the different value chains that we operate.
All right. So I don't be joined in the studio by Ahmed Nano, I hope I get it right, Executive Secretary for the Sierra Leone Chamber of Agric Business Development. Ahmed, good morning and welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Yeah, good morning.
Feel SALONE done 2 years. I mean, waiting at the assessment so far.
I'm a program person, and then also I'm a private sector person as well.
Yeah.
When you implement a project, then normally the span of every project, or the lifespan of every, maybe 5 years, the fit salon, I don't know,
5 years
and more.
We'll
right?
confirm 5
so
years.
5 years basically,
Okay.
you understand, you get 2 years. Honestly speaking, 2 years is not enough for making you able to assess any impact or outcome. Let's be realistic, you understand. We are still in progress. As my colleague and brother say, until the 5 years, and normally pass after the 5 years, then you begin for really come in and begin for get the. However, we supposed for the see now some result.
Yeah,
you understand. And in much of it, really, I think to say what has happened is there had been some little bit of some delays in planning. Because the ministry gave for putting and even bringing the private sector players and all of the engage them and all of that within that 2 years. 1 year we gave for plan and all put things. As I'm speaking, even the investment plan for major areas like processing and value addition, market access, and all of these. I think to say we be involved in as a private sector, we are engaged, and for what we see engage the private sector, the membership, and try to see what are the needs for make we will get aggregation, right? Because we get more of smallholder farmers around, and in terms of rice, really, I'm talking. And how we get marketing right with respect to AFCFTA, we'll get now we're in a biggest market in the world now. I mean, you're talking about 1.4 billion population in Africa. So what Africa is saying, how can we trade among ourselves?
Yeah.
So we're looking at all of those things. How can we access those markets within the context of Feed Salon? So basically, if we look at also these plannings are still in the pipeline as I'm speaking and then on the 28th or to the 30th or 31st. I mean, I think the ministry with all of us are coming in with an investment conference. Would they bring in investors really for make sure say let they will join the local private sector for we will make sure we impact Feed Salon, because the only way we can make the impact really not through private sector as we both are rightly saying.
For create the enabling environment for make things happen.
For example, you look at PC and
Sons, yeah.
I mean, we've got to impact in that. Let's face it, fact. You understand? And waiting are glad for the government also come in. We all come in for making them get private sector financing from IFC, so that they can go big. For make sure say at the end of the day they make. We are not there yet. It will take time for us to get there. But I mean that foundation is being laid. So we're looking at rice. Everybody's looking at rice as well. What have we done with respect to rice? I think there are some progress that is going on with respect to rice. We are not there yet. It's a long journey. There are a lot of challenges. There are access to finance is one. I'm not quite too sure the government will provide all the finances required really for big private sector players for getting.
But of course, they have been put in. I mean, people know they contribute towards the Feed Salon project as well.
You mean waiting? I'm not get you clear.
People have been contributing. I mean, organizations have been put in towards the Feed Salon project, or private industry have been put in towards the Feed Salon project.
No, yeah, the donors and they come in. But look, let's look at Tomabo. When people talk about Tomabo, recently, we try to get some private sector financing for support Tomabo. When we ask for just for established irrigation, it's about $12,000 to $15,000 for 1 hectare. That place is over 54,000 hectares. Now, let's say one take 10,000 hectares. You know much money than they. So it's a lot of money. So in fact, the private sector financiers, we're still trying to because we want to get some members winning, you really get into that scene. They will not left everything to government. How then we will get into that scene for make the able for really until we get, if we get 54,000 hectares running full-fledged 3 times a year, I'm quite too sure for rice in particular, it's over. We should be able to.
So let's say
the impact. Let me come back to the impact. Really, I mean, and as I tell you, we are now getting some results.
Okay.
We are not there yet. they are not as happy as expected. But then I'm sure, I need to tell you, the ministry, they put in some effort. There are some things the way they need for do. Other ministries, departments and agencies, especially the presidency, because agriculture is not only Ministry of Agriculture.
So it's not some of the things and they need for do.
They need for collaborate more. They need for open up more. Ministry of Finance for come on board. Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Lands, and all of these.
Okay, so is it that the 10% where government they give the Ministry of Agriculture and they come on time?
It is not even coming. I'm not quite too sure they give the ministry that money, that 10%. It's not even there. Waiting me understand as I talk. Because
confirm with you because you come from the ministry. Is it coming? Mr. Yaya, sorry.
No, so like I say, we need to focus.
No, I'm just now for the people that know this. We have to focus on.
So we are getting.
So the money they come or not?
Well,
so
we not know how we want for they come. Actually,
some money they come.
But some money they come.
Well, the 10%. I remember the president talk about this. Is it last year or 2 years back around Brookfields Hotel? The president make a firm statement that 10% of salon budget therefore go to the feed salon project. The money they come on us.
So if you check, the thing is, we have to make things clear. If you check
exactly, so I want to make that thing clear.
Yeah, if you check all what thing we do, even with all the ministry project we will implement, you add all the money then they together, it take you to a very good level where you go no say yes. But in terms of like saying you're getting direct, money from Ministry of Finance for Canada ministry. They're trying. We're not there yet because we know the challenges the way they. And at that we want for ensure say agriculture take the space and the center.
Let's make this clear. If we ever fix this country, let's be honest and be brutally honest to the fact. The president asks for 10%. From salon budget. We're looking at the free quality now, 22%. They are having that money there. So the 10%, is it forthcoming or not?
So I say, I make it clear, say, we don't get all the 10% they say, but it's a work in progress. Because we know there is a very tight physical space. You will not be blind to that fact.
Okay.
And then you have other areas there also, within the service. But we believe, say, as a ministry, if we get 5, 6, 7, 8%, it's more than enough for turn and the whole system around, so that the other sectors they also, because we are saving what we don't save no more. We're talking about $15 million the last 2 years where you save from importing rice in this country based on the production we don't come. So that money there, EDC government will able to utilize that money there for serve other sectors, and now EDC other money they go now the farmers them pockets directly instead of taking money go put now other farmers them.
Ahmed, we don't want to get clarity, so don't know say that 10% they know actually not all the cover, so people are not aware about that. They continue.
Now the pronouncement the president make for the facts if he make the pronouncement for me it's a kind of good waiting self, you understand, goodwill. This is a Malabo declaration, you understand. We don't push for that for quite some time from previous government. In fact, we would have always been advocating for that money for CAM, and previous regimes have never been done come up with that money there. So in come up, we pronounce them. However, we try to try for. We tell me go say honestly speaking, we've not got that 10% yet. When you talk to Ministry of Finance, as Yaya rightly said, there are some fiscal challenges. We are not there yet, and we are pushing them for make sure say, because when they give that 10%, when they give Ministry of Health 20% of the budget, Ministry of Education, then they get how much? So agriculture, food, basically is the much more important sector. So if we put priority to them. So we are pushing that. Not the Ministry of Agriculture no more get for do that advocacy there. We also get for support them for make sure, so tell Ministry of Finance, tell them say the president has pronounced this, and make sure say that 10% please let go to the Ministry of Agriculture.
So in as much as we want for left the production business, probably after 5 years we want to look at how productive the field salon don't be. But another key objective we look at inside the field salon, it's about job creation. How this don't happen for over the 2 years.
So agriculture now a whole area for job. Everything we do within the value chain inside agriculture space, it don't create job. So I go back to just give you one example. There is a group Nakono, a youth group, where they produce 100 hectare rice, and throughout the process they engage over 180 people, until the rest they load them in the truck for Kerango Kenema, for go store and at the WFP store. So along that line, they don't provide services and job for them people, and they, right from production, management of the field, harvesting, go process them, and then transport them. Even the man wake out in Motoka, get dividend out of that. So largely, what would they say? It's self. Like we go inside agriculture is for your own self, creating opportunity and job for yourself, and everybody we can take part. See recently we don't go build the capacity of youths them, over 175 youths them for machine services. So you're providing that capacity for them so that they access job. We know say now all in one day they are now working with the machine ring across the country. The new one they when they come up, and then the one that will be non they exist. So you see how you provide job opportunity for youths then, because you just for building capacity first, and at the end before you link them to the private service provider, and so that they will provide adequate service. So we know say all waiting the happen now in terms of the job. We have high target. We're talking about 35,000 job as our target to be created, among the high, job where the president been say over the 5 years. And we are doing that. Very soon we will begin count some data in terms of the total number of jobs them we create now, each of them space then they you see even the targets we set, it go way past that target day. Because we want to go back with other people and they do not their countries them. Everything you do, whether that for 1 hour, 2 hours, as long as you get dividend out of that, they will track you.
So I'm sure the government, the plan of the president to want for hit 500,000 job. I mean, most of the one for come out from the field salon project. I mean, how are we hitting that number?
Yeah, so like I say, it's a whole process now we are moving towards. So as long as we do all them, establish them, machine rings them, farmers then they cultivate, have their agro dealers then they supply seeds to farmers. You get the greenhouses then they come up. You get the inland valley swamps then they develop them. You get the agro cluster hubs then they come up. We have people and they go, the rice mills they will establish. You go there now, you meet youths then they assign to their rice mills then they where they work. So these are the ways then where agriculture they provide that opportunity to women and youth so that themselves get their own livelihood. So like I say, across all the value chain, everything where you do, you don't impact yourself and you don't impact the country. So we are not doing badly on jobs, but we go begin come up to some key data stem across.
Because I be just ask if we don't even hit 100,000, or probably we did below or still not even reach 1,000.
Yeah, I think if we put all the data together, yes,
we reach 100,000.
Yeah, we're far, because if you check everything within the happen now within the space.
Yes. I get a comprehensive data on that day.
So we not target 100,000 jobs. So if you look inside with strategy, what you want contribute just around 35,000.
35,000.
Yes,
so not reach.
But we're not there yet. But the way we go surpass than there at the end of the day. If we fix all what we need for fix, get them industrial hubs, they are up and running. You go right now, what's in the happen when the irrigation system they run na Tomabo.
Okay.
Even the construction. It's a creating job for people. You go there right now, you see hundreds of people, and then they get job, and then they work for, let them support the establishment of that system.
Hamad, besides the finance, which na a concern, I mean, what are we missing? Because in as much as this na a 5 years project, which we all understand, with 2 years. I mean, there are some amounts according to it in Manasari. So don't they begin to see, of course, WFP don't begin by 30% of it in then forget rice from local farmers them, which of course the president be said and this in the parliamentary opening, 6th parliament, he talk about that day. I mean, what are we missing on side of finance?
You mean what are we missing in terms of
at side of finance? Because we don't talk about money.
Well, basically, I think one of the
this like concern.
One of the things I make known to the minister, I think maybe in the last and even the government is basically with market access.
Okay.
The price wouldn't drop in rice, make a lot of agribusiness private sector, local private sector players, where they want to jump into rice production, then don't even give up. You understand? There were a lot of complaints where you go to the chamber.
Like this less price of Godong?
Because initially...
And are we supposed for Godong?
No, well, basically, for the Sierra Leonean, it's for the government, because let me make one. I mean, rice is a political commodity.
Okay.
But you understand, initially, the tough stand with the government may take, everybody may hue and cry. But we've been come after them. We've been come behind them and support them now. For now, we'll feel the pain when the price of rice, when they say them go add 5% or 10%, in terms of the taxes. You understand? Every year they increase 5%.
Yeah.
Rice coming in, and I say, I don't nobody see guys import duty now free. So it means what is happening is they make we own local farmers or agribusiness private sector players competitive. So when they step up, they come with that 5%. It was a good game changer. That was basically like that 5% and also save them for make sure they plunge for support the private sector players, for making financing available for support the private sector players, for make sure they encourage them for coming into the sector. But again, what happened? After the 1 year, Ministry of Finance withdraw that money there. And
the 5%?
I think so. They're not even going to the 10% again. Now, then what may happen was the rice price. Remember, the government come with a press release, Ministry of Trade.
Yeah.
We even get at them. Then bring down the price of rice. So it make all the productions away.
So let's get this clear. By then, rice will be around 9 to 1,000.
It will 1,000, close to 1,000, 1,000.
Okay, and the government bring and I think what that was system
600 or 700.
Before now, I remember the press release being two. I mean, from February, then we get a particular date you go reach from 7 something, and later on drop and kandong. I don't remember the exact price again. So how this will be affected?
It affect because what's happening? Paddy rice now. The farmers, the yields are very low in Sierra Leone. One, because the farmers don't use much of fertilizer, land preparation, and all of this. They will not get that quality seed there. Until recently, we see the president and the minister go now slag it and say they don't come up with one variety where they get a high yielding. We are yet to get that proof that. You understand? So the farmers in Sierra Leone are not competitive as that. So the production yields are very low. So you understand? We're still getting around 0.8, 1.2, 1.5. If you go to the IVS, maybe then we'll get 2 metric tons per hectare. So this is very low compared to Ghana, where they get 7 or 8 metric tons. Compared to Mali and other countries, you understand? So in actual sense, our farmers are not. If we get high yield, that's cool. But now, waiting to happen is when you drop the price of rice. Now, look at bag of rice. The farmers were selling it 500 or 700,000 leons. Now, if you go buy that in the Fogo process, now 350 kg bags make 150 kg. So multiply that day. You not even sell it too. You not pay transport it. You not load and offload it. You not pay energy cost yet. So you see, so all the processing facilities really then be not stop. In fact, past then come now the chamber, we get a meeting with them and tell them, say no, this is not all. The rice where governments don't make cheaper. I think that the how them call them pushawaba or parboil or so. But it's still the jasmine. I think the price of jasmine is still a bit higher, so you can compete with that. But then they be really discourage them. Then we feel to we will not tell them. We'll just try for encourage them. We'll try for also ask the government and try for to engage the government, especially the Ministry of Finance and Trade, because some of the issues really sometimes is away from Ministry of Agriculture.
Okay,
you understand? And Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Trade might take this decision based on their own knowledge. Say, it's my ministry, and this is what we want to do, and this is how we want to go. So it will affect.
So, but those prices where governments reduce, we believe there were less the imports for come inside the country.
Fine, but what's happening? The rice, it affects because what's happening now. We look at rice is not competitive. People are not buying it
because they feel like it's expensive.
It's
and of course, Yaya is saying that it should be expensive.
It's 1,000 per cup. So for a bag, should be 2,000 leons.
2,000 leons.
Yes, for 50 kg. Because now 20 cups inside that bag, the 50 kg. You understand? So now you compare them to the imported rice, when are 600 or 700,000. So if you see the salary,
so logically, people are going more for this imported rice than that of Okay.
So,
yes,
so
okay.
I
That of
get
our
I get a
local.
lot of Sierra Leoneans then where they come up from the diaspora, where they really become some they make go into 30 hectares, 50 hectares, 70 hectares of rice, and we don't even to create that network for make sure say at the end of the day the banks then come in for give them money for make sure say they harvest and then also sell to the processor. So the processors will go then process, then package and bring account, and the price was very competitive at that 1, 2, 1, 3. Those were very good prices. So then you see say some private sector beside the WFP one,
Okay.
but the private sector may not begin for even some of them don't begin for produce rice and bring account to the shops or to the sales to the within self them. But now that absolutely don't affect. So we the plead say
How we go able bridge that gap there? Because 600 to the 2,000, 1,200. This space actually huge. How we bridge that? Because from which they say it seems as if like the feed salon, especially rice, because we also get other onions, egg, and other things that we'll look at. But pay attention to this, and because a lot of people, I mean, they eat rice. I mean, how do we bridge that?
No, the gap can be bridged. Let me tell you. Look, I think the strategy initially where the government began was a kind of a very good strategy. You understand? It was basically a short, I mean, a medium-term strategy. Basically, like the short term, we go suffer. But at the end of what would happen is we are encouraging Sierra Leone, so private sector players, let them come in and produce. When we produce large quantities, waiting happy, the price they fall. Automatically, if we even come down below 600. And the happiest thing that happen to every Sierra Leonean is when really we self they produce, which we they eat. You understand? Which is the strategy for feed salon. But if you come in, you distort the market, it affects players, you know. So basically, correcting it now. Now, if you look at one bag as, I mean, Yaya can tell you, say now, even the seed rice now, or even the paddy rice now, the farmers are still struggling. Then they still sell by 300, 400. They are still struggling because they don't make much profit. And that's the kind of damping the effort really for production. I don't know how we will do really. For long way we make sure say we motivate them, and even the private sector, even the one the way they don't left, how then we will come into that. I tell the minister that. I say, how do we do this? You know, but I'm sure probably Yaya will tell us more which the strategy we then get for make sure say at the end of the day that we will get.
Okay, yeah, the mic is yours.
That big drop, half of
the strategy. How this goes
up, and it affects the private sector.
Yeah, like he said, it's clear it was a distortion, but like what he say also, we're focusing on increasing production. The more you increase production, you flood the market.
Yeah.
You know, you will fix price, you will stabilize price. So we know when you have a focus, a direction where you go, we know at some point in time we will get there. Small hiccups and bumps.
Do you consider this a small hiccups?
Yes,
why the rice market is not competitive?
No, it's so now the thing is now the conversation is our local rice has value. You understand? Our local rice has value. So imagine if we been to talk on the other side. Say we local rice now in
so
price
how many salon people in global buy with local rice in this age or for this present situation of our economy?
So that's another that's another area of the conversation. But it's availability with a key concern, yeah, because every Sierra Leonean the question now say what the rest. Now we are responding, say look the rest there under. That's clear. Now the question they can now. Idea. So it's a catch-22 situation for all of us.
I don't know if I get this wrong. I'm coming. I don't know if I get this wrong, but I'm coming. This Walares and Wofres, those are now we don't grow up to meet them. I mean, so how
in terms of their production, what do you understand? The inputs where they go for produce the Walares where they see so a high. If you take all what involved for produce 1 hectare rice, the farmer need not less than 20,000 new Leone. If you do machine services, if he pay for labor, he use fertilizer, he manage the field. So the farmer harvests that rest, and then he process them, like he transport them, and then he sell them at the end of the day. You know they expect for later farmer they no go try for sell within a margin where you go get at least some profit. But the narrative who they push is, yes, now, the imported rice, they compete in terms of price with our local rice.
That's a competition.
It's a competition
From
now.
1,200 or 2,000 to another.
When I say
another
competition
640.
now, when I say competition, it's not like they are like neck in terms of now this one they down, this one they up. But now we are preaching about what do you go for. We do average Sierra Leonean, you go for the low quality at the end of the day because of the price. Say that in a 600.
Is it because of the price or because of the economy?
Because of the price.
Because of the economy. What?
It's
the
not
economy.
Because of the economy.
The
When
economy
the economy,
will
then they
face
go also dictate. But now price people, even what you the face. Now that make we try we establish the agro processing hubs them that we border areas, so that we mop the rest. Just like what you do WFP. It's a very good model. This rest will be the go on the other side. We provide space. And now they'll make Nakambia, now they will get the high level Sakata rice mill in there we will deploy. Now they then can't trap the rest. Now they then process them and then we aggregate and support WFP. The rest, it go on the other side, but not at that rate. If you see we able mop over 48,000 bag rest, we cut down that kind of number of importation we will be talk about from WFP to that 30%. Now we are talking about even 40%. Farmer then get rest now, they even call for let them come by. So, people the way you find out say if they buy that rest in Guinea, let's face the fact, 1,500 Leone, the farmer they go and they because he need more because of the input cost.
Is that the situation really happen now?
It's yes, it's happening. Now that make we are exporting rice to Guinea. So people don't allow to say that. But we are not smuggling, we are exporting because of the trade, we have no. These are like free trade within the ECOWAS region.
Yeah.
But what you want to say, well, let's account for the rest of the producing countries.
So basically, the exports more than the one already within the country. So
no, yes, because those are the belts. Those are
Okay.
you go Cambia, you go the other areas. Then at the belt, they're shipping the rice. That they know to people. We're trying for talk about behavioral change now. How Sierra Leone they also go accept the rest of the produce. We do some sample surveys them. We don't pick in them will get right now they eat to your rest. Even though we don't make them so much competitive. So in terms of competitive also what we talk about, it's not about only price, it's about quality.
So how successful will this Feed the Salone project be, especially yes, we get all-in challenge there. I mean, look at how people go buy the rest expensive, and you talk about you talk just now, even if you can 7 days the Feed the Salone yes, even though that more make them more attractive. How will we succeed?
It goes beyond. It's about because we're not used for everybody in an imported recipe in the eat. Everybody, we have to face that fact.
So 2 years down the line, we still struggle.
Then grow you. So it's behavior change. You have to even we when elderly people right now. Some man, they eat. Even we don't tell them, say how healthy this rest.
So feel say if this price be there probably 650 that competitive way. I mean 600 people for be more get a choice for make than that huge gap there.
Yeah, we'll go get there. Maybe it's another if we price them, they match the price. But we look at more the quality where the local rest they provide. Now that we look at. Yes, the price is good because of the our earnings and the way the economy there. But we're looking at that quality rest where them produce now in less than 1 year it then you plate. Then rest where them produce 5 years back, say they ship and can a SALONE, they can a plate. So which one? The local egg.
Quick
where
one.
they produce it's where they produce now Holland. Imagine say that egg they can SALONE than the egg where they produce now big things. And they say buy 5,000 for one. You say no, it only idea. We need for support, like what in another say, all them businesses there, if they establish them, we not support them, they will fall.
Let's look at the support to the private sector, Ahmed, and government ought to do well in that direction there.
Yeah, they try, but it's not as expected because the expectations are high.
Okay.
And I'm sure government cannot do it all, honestly speaking, and that's why we're talking to the banks as well. But I think the government is also should also from the Ministry of Finance to the central bank, because they work with the central bank. The central bank supposed for really get a policy where they encourage the commercial banks then for loan to the private sector players.
Okay.
I mean, recently a lot of private sector players, share in them frustration. The same support with the Ministry of Agriculture being get that initial 5% where they be saved, around $10 million. You understand? They gave it to Ministry of, the central bank. Then we manage that funding, forgive to the private sector. You know, waiting make happen. Most of the people that then get up, then give some private sector players. For me, waiting, because a lot of people came to complain, and we picked that up with even with the minister. Maybe I am not maybe you know aware, or maybe if you are aware, say the minister would don't brief and we pick him up with that. Okay. It's completely discouraging. You know the condition where then give, it's highly collateralized. It's not an innovative financing, and it disenfranchise all of the private sector players when they na the upline. But farming na upline in they. Now you talk say the only people they go get access to that loan. That's what central bank say. Now the one who get property in the western area, and the western areas are not the eastern part of Freetown, or western part of Freetown, west of Freetown. How many farmers then they, or even elites then as alone get property at the west of Freetown? So you see, so it become a very struggling thing. So you basically, like what you are saying is, maybe na foreigners or Lebanese, they want to go get that money or whatever, something like that. So we expect that money they go flow, at least to these farmers then, these local Sierra Leoneans, the way they really don't get. And we get a lot of elite Sierra Leoneans when the president call, even the minister call, when we don't get, even the one that went in the work. For example, the anti-corruption commissioner, the former chief minister, many people really be going to agriculture. We maybe understand when in the work. But all of these people now, if you ask now, where you see trading them in a post, but they are not posting anymore, because basically it's like most of them are discouraged. They are not getting what is required in terms of. Now let's come to the profitability. Waiting at the way I have been the talk. Yeah, you see now. The yield for now for upland is around 1 metric ton. The highest is 1.2. You understand? He knows. If you go to the IVS, will they get 2 or more? Now, the problem we get is now if you take 1 metric ton of rice per hectare, it's like 20 bags, 50 kg bags. Now look, if you sell now current price, if we want to go with the current target market price, it means the farmers then supposed to sell a bag of around 100,000 leons. And cost of production, as himself rightly say, 20,000 leons. It's even lesser. The one way he underrates that one, it's around then 30 to 40,000. Okay. Now, if the farmers, imagine if they sell you guys, farmers go produce one hectare, he sell them to 200 or 300, let's say even 500,000 leons. How much now? The 500 times 50 bags, times 20 bags, how much that day? 10,000 leons. So that big loss. So let we look at the economics of that. So all the talks, the people then run away, now because of them thing and they. But the actual thing is, I think like I say, in other countries also, it don't happen. Like China, because I don't look about China. China said they do the same thing, where they engage people then for produce. So then we want to try for achieve competitiveness. But waiting they do is, anybody will produce local rice, the government can come up for basically get subsidized or bring in or buy at a higher price. Like for example, for make we catch up the local. That's one of the way China do. When they produce, especially women. So basically what they say is, if anybody will produce rice, they know they buy 600,000 leons. So what they do, I think to say FSRP even starts that. Then they buy 100, then they buy 1,000 leons for 1,005, and they were happy about that. They buy 1,000 leons for 150 kg. That's fair. That's fair, honestly, because if you buy 100,000, you get 20 bags. You're getting there. You are almost profitable. You will be happy. Then be happy in 10 day. But FSRP is a project. It's a government project. They're not going to buy throughout. So really, I think the government needs to really think about that. I'm saying this because this is basically disturbing a lot of them in terms of producing. And we need for, like I say, they are pushing for volume. But the smallholder farmers, then they're able to produce, they get limits. But if the big elites then really get into the farming, then produce more of hectares. Also, will get in every district, they get the elites and they produce 100, 200 hectares. basically, let's say we get 10 of those in every district, because rice can be grown everywhere.
Okay.
Believe you me, Feed Salone will be able to get it right.
Thank you so very much. And also we
are getting it right.
We get plenty of things for discuss in the program, but time no go permit you for me to go deep into how we don't the export from the Feed Salone project and all. So you listen to the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Logo line again, sorry, we get the first call online already. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Abakar from Fonex.
All right, Bakar, go ahead.
Always you see, this theory we brothers they last year they explain so. I think they will not see it na the ground. And we never even know whose identity take place. Because the brother, me and you too, the rest way and the imports now, where they come at the country, now in the cause where people and they get this high blood pressure. Now they bring to this ulcer, they bring different sickness will not be they expect, because we be the use yes, we be the use we continue yes. Same the way the rest and the day, we they see under the ground, it they flow, it they plenty, some of who they eat anyhow. But when time come it lost. But if the government you priority in a Feed Salone, then they into agriculture this kind of way. I believe say if they overcome now this rest way they come out. If they overcome them, because we check the man wey na Pastor Mambu, AOS, we dey see am at the market. Whilst the government then we no dey see am. We check na Cambia. Cambia na in the pull the highest rest na the country. The Cambia people, but up till now, go like you go watch and see how them people they need to suffer for pull rest. Then get one place where then they call Nadomok. Then get one side where Nadomok. If you see how them people they need to use the way how for get rest, you dey sorry for them. If you see the one in the dirty, if you see poto. If you see them people and they, so if them people ask you and they talk this, it doubts you.
All right.
It really doubts.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. 079-994-993 and the number for being part of the Epic Morning Show. And of course, we call go straight to the point and stay within 1 minute. Logo line again. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Papa Conte they call from Upgon.
All right, Papa Conte, go ahead from Upgon.
I tell you now, 2020, we na the analyze for this rest. This rest problem, more than this stomach boom, they don't launch and treat them. The problem now this foreign exchange. We not get foreign exchange. The one that will get the foreign exchange, then they take the money, go keep her outside. If they they take that money, they invest them now this country. We know they get all them problems they are at all. Okay. Look for other countries, they won't get money, then they go invest their money in their country. But we won't get money now. We're small country, we they go invest them. Right. So we not go able to catch up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. 079-994-993. Now the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show, and logo line again and pick another call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Alright, the background actually noisy, and when you call, please make sure you're in a quiet side so that you will get you clear. Hello, good morning. Alright, I guess not going to continue that call again. 079-994-993, and when you call, please then a quiet side so that we will get you clear. Logo line again. Hello, good morning.
Yes, this is Boy from Godrich.
Alright, from Godrich, go ahead, boss.
Yes, I think the Feed Salone, people therefore get the understanding that not means saying are free. There's nothing free about it. You have to buy. And for let you purchase, you get for work. You get for work and income level, I would determine waiting with the purchase. So I hope say people they're not if you say this is not free thing government they can't do. No. The best government can do now for first for let the price come down by increasing production. We are still say from which I they don't try for two.
Right.
And also we brothers and sisters that we get villages we come offline. Try trace your village. Then why we not have the village. Try there is land wasting there. We if all man they plant small so elect na backyard garden, we put them together, it creates an impact. And this alone not to rest no more as one of you panelists say. It involves other things. And we therefore be broad minded for able to eat. We don't diverse food then as daily food, not to rest no more as daily food. The back then they have no health in terms of white rice, but that would come to rest, you know. So let me look into all that, let me get that perspective. Because the mentality of the people that they forbid into Feed Salone. or let the project succeed. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I remember the president, we talked about reducing hunger, and that was another aim of the Field Salon project. I mean, because holistically, for make salon people able for it. So, well, I'm afraid. 079-994-993. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ivan Julius Lee.
Concerned citizen, good morning.
God bless you. The program very, very interesting, you know.
Thank you.
One thing when we go say, the man himself don't shoot himself in the leg, you know, because the standard of living in this country, you know, you dey talk about availability. What about the affordability? People are not able to afford or buy local produce in Australia because we can let for it raw organic, you know, but it's very, very expensive. Not say people and like for it rice and we don't take almost as na store na China or Vietnam outside in the Congo. But the problem is people then can't afford.
All right, I'm afraid we lost that caller there. 079-994-993. Now the number for be part of the Epic Morning Show. I'm in logo line again and pick another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rogers, Juba.
All right, Rogers, go ahead from Juba.
The people then feel say we all go sit down and hold then we eat this rest free. Number one. The rest way Tomabum be they do before, then be the exporter and other areas now this country. The rest will be the eat Nayana with country rest. But all because we hand be daily, what they do that farming day. Now today everybody a day on top Okada Sunday dinner keke. Everybody kind of city. So the few people then we don't left yonder, they're not going able to feed we all. And all over the world, the local that restaurant and the locally planter in price different from the one way when I so fertilizer they did. So let them not expect the rest a low one where we all not put hand on deck for do the farming. Where they don't start and so a fine. At the end of the day we will see better.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 079-994-993. I think at some point we'll look at within now the president in dream. In as much as people don't go expect the rest there for be free, and of course nobody not toxic for make the rest there be free. But at the same time, it's about affordability. I mean, people feel able to afford the rest there. And logo line again, pick another call quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and also you call from, please.
Yeah, this is Almami. I call from Moving.
All right, Almami, go ahead.
Yeah,
you use your radio or TV sets earlier. Will you get a negative feedback? Sorry.
Finally, this food salon, and we actually follow closely within the government. They do. The government don't try anyway. But you know, I don't believe now government farming alone will be enough. We need other players then for really come on board, and government need to support them. Then one key thing where I don't see other countries that they implement that they do, where they make them yield the fine. I mean the soil type, the soil, they can test the soil, the other things the experts in. But we sell, you know, I mean, I'm not ever privy to that. So I'm one ask the panelists there if they get a laboratory system where they will use for test the soil for the nitrogen, phosphorus, because on soil and they can acidic, soil and they can alkaline. If they get a gadget them, then testing kitchen if they in this country, if they low, you know, because we used to do some backyard gardening. Something we will need. We want to know the soil type, so we don't know waiting for plants.
Thank
you. More. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. I will take one last lucky caller and try for turn with attention to we guess them for making the reply to it in. I mean, we callers and dogs. Logo line again. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
I'm calling region too.
All right, go ahead.
This week's salon business, it's not very fine. But if you look,
A young man do all the lovely provinces, all local partners, right? Okay. Now then, pardon go make farm. That was small there regularly. Young man did it. Look at the permanent set now. Oh, young man, the court permanent. The whole local park pan bike, pan keke. Go the only way around bike, na rest they go by. Go the only way around keke, na rest they go by. They say, fish shallow. Who did you do na future? Go back na village, go make farm. Then I'm your contribution, Adi.
All right, thank you so very much. We don't take any more call again, and we'll turn the mic to Ahmed. I mean, you listen to the callers then.
Yeah, I mean, thank you very much. I think I tell the callers them plenty. Thank you for the input. But really, I mean, let's face it, fact, the government, they make the effort. We are not here as a private sector for criticize the government. We are working with them. We do know what they do. Basically, now the challenges we they show to them. We say how we're supposed to work together and move things forward. But basically, I think the government itself, internally, they're supposed to work with themselves. Now that would try for say Ministry of Finance, Central Bank, then for work with Ministry of Agriculture. Fit SALONE, not to Ministry of Agriculture no more. Ministry of Trade, all talk about this rice price. Now then bring and can do. The Ministry of Trade then go announce that price date. I don't know whether they consult with Ministry of Agriculture. Finance itself, sometimes maybe Ministry of Agriculture go they talk, they know they listen. So when we talk about Fit SALONE, now somebody talk about competitiveness of the rice. Now, it doesn't mean to say you produce something now you for consumer. For example, if we produce rice, if not high quality rice, we go to call niche market. You know, the only thing, if we, the producer, if we able to buy them, if place there, now any part of Africa or in the world, when they buy twice or three times SALONE price, local SALONE price, why not? Let's access that. And the money, what we need at the end of the day, the money can,
Money will come,
yes, it will reduce poverty. At the end of the day, it will create jobs. I think that there are a lot of products, a lot of countries they produce, only the consumer. But waiting that product to do is, it will bring in money. At the end of the day, create jobs and reduce poverty. We are not saying, we are not supporting that as per se. But waiting with the try for say is the government also for think alternatively to that kind of thing. We get AFCFTA. Let's look at which kind of market contracts they will sign outside. Okay. If SALONE people cannot afford to buy SALONE rice, let's find somewhere where we can sell it so that the farmers will be profitable. So people can go more into. So with time, let's say if we get a big market where they buy 4 times the price of which they buy now. Now game changer that day. So what thing that happen is basically Sierra Leoneans will be encouraged to go into agriculture and will be able to produce volume. Now, they say when we produce volume, what happens is the price they drop. So affordability go happen. So it not happen overnight. Honestly, only people they understand that. With respect to also availability, it does not take time overnight. There are a lot of implements to go for. Really, it's not the rice not available as it now. I think it takes time. As Yaya rightly mentioned, there are some private sector players where they produce, where WFP they buy and all of that. And I'm sure with WFP they buy for supply in the market and they buy for do school feeding. Because
hold on. So from the government's feed SALONE, yes, they're not available yet.
You know this. It's not because we will not get the volume yet. We get some few private sector players where they interrupt because of we get constraints. Let's face this fact.
So is it available or not available yet?
No, but we all know that they are not available in the market. But are available, for example, for school feeding, which we understand. Like Yaya mentioned about 48,000 bags we feed SALONE get we supply. You understand? We see the pictures of those. We see the videos, right? When the president goes here, even the minister, those ones are there. But let's say bring 48,000 bags of rice in the market. How far it will go? So actually, this is something. It's a progress, at least than nothing. You understand? Let me just build on that. I also made to understand that there is a private sector player. When I remember Malin, they produce on that Cambia end, and they also they buy from farmers so that they're not able to carry the products them that Guinea. So, but the challenge no more they are the pricing mechanism. You understand? Because pricing, and also the time of way payment and all of that. But these are all good initiatives as well. So I'm not sure say people them for take it say, I mean nothing is happening. For me, what I'm seeing is, I mean the ministry need for stand up more for engage more private sector players, but not individually. Come through the chamber because the other thing also we face is sustainability. Most of the private sector players will get, you know, some man they can inside this agribusiness feed SALONE now because they see say now the government they focus. where they can then give them some grant or financing.
They left.
They left. Then they take their money and go below, go buy car, and some man they go back to America or London. This don't happen in my own present. Now, one of the discouraging things that they also face. So this is why, in fact, I think the government is also thinking of bringing in even FDIs, foreign direct investors. It's a good idea, but at the end, we benefit we as expected, like we don't look at. So Sierra Leone, as somebody rightly mentioned, look, think right. When government come with programs at the end of the day, not take and say now for use and for exploit government or for make we self enrich and sit down and we give for blame government back. But let clear up with mind and let we support the government and make sure say we are at the end of the whole the program tight for make sure say we succeed.
Thank you so very much. Quick one.
Yeah, thank you very much to the callers. I think we are getting there. So much high level of citizen awareness now in terms of the way how Feed Salone they go. I'm very happy to the callers. So let me also respond to, so government, what we do as a ministry, now for set the models, set the framework. Like what do they do na Tomabom? We come with government projects, say one for do a 5,000 hectare irrigation. Ahmed rightly said, that place get 54,000 irrigation, potential we go do. So government, they say, let's start with this, and then we see private sector then can pick that up. So these are models then we will set. We not go do 54,000, but we can do 2,000, 3,000, and then you get private sector where they can increase, that irrigation. So these are the models then with the support seed entities them, for growth for we seeds na Salone. For the last 3 years, we not import seeds. We're growing our own seeds, supporting our own farmers. So there's a massive change we don't happen at the sector over the years, and we want to make sure say that model they continue for work. Even though we will reduce support for seed entities, then that model they for continue for work. So in terms of how we move with private sector investment, I know, Ahmed, we had a lot of discussion on private sector, but what do we see with the credit scheme where they established with the Bank of Salone? Yes, there were bottlenecks, there were challenges, but it's a model where we pay attention closely because it worked. We're seeing it. We see from that credit scheme, 5 machine ring established, expanded. We see from that credit scheme, a first poultry feed mill in the country established. We see from that credit scheme, private sector players supplying fertilizer, then go buy fertilizer in Holland, store and they support farmers them. So we know there were bottlenecks, the minister is aware of that, but we see the key outputs them. With the sense of very closely. So we know access to finance very, very critical for push the whole sector forward. So talking about seeing feed, I tell you for the last 2 years, every rice we see in a market, call it Feed Salone. Whether they're selling it by cups, they're selling it in 5 kg, in 25 kg, because our rice will they produce, we know they keep them for the next 3 years. So all the rest with the kind of market, say it. Don't be afraid. These are Feed Salone rest because it's under the initiative since when the president make the call. Now
so that means whether it's from the private sector or not.
Whether it's from private sector, it's Feed Salone. So let's make that clear. Whether na Bismarck, we do 500 hectare rice na Tonkolili na Magbas. We now it dey na the public domain. It's Feed Salone rice. Whether na Takilene, we do 2,000. Whether na Malin, we do 300 hectare rice. Na Putloko, it's Feed Salone. So as it's under the dispensation, the transformation what they make. All the rest then now we buy na market. All the rest what they grow now within the provincial areas them. These are Feed Salone. We are supporting these farmers. We're giving them seeds through an input voucher system. Then they cultivate them seeds, the rest then they turn them into grain. And around there people and they can't pick up. The thing we also people for understand, we're just trying to close a gap. Farmers are producing. There is a gap. Now that gap, we will try for close that import, the one way they come out from outside. We'll just be talking about 40% gap we want for close. So if we increase production through private sectors, through smallholder farmers, we know we go eventually close that gap there at the end of the day.
So but basically, according to Ahmed, see where the Feed Salone gas itself, and we not see it.
No, it's there. It's there. If
Well, how many say we not see it?
no,
Why not
if,
promote
it's
it?
all the rest way there na the so you cannot. So let's
No,
get
but
this
what you
clear.
everything how many say?
No, I agree. Okay, what I meant say is fine. So, but
Thank you. So we don't
it's
see
not
money.
like you're seeing feed salon rice. You seeing it. You seeing it now. You go to the market. You see country rice there.
Okay.
You see the different varieties of rice what they produce locally.
Yeah, which
you
of
go
course
down
they are
at
not-
the stores.
yeah, which of course they are not new. They don't do from small.
No, they say it's under the dispensation. It's under the
Also new years and one in the brand.
yeah, it's under the transformation where we dey do so right now.
Okay.
So you don't ever see rest them pack rest 10,000 bag rest. You don't ever witness that day. Since we get the cooperative them back then who been the export rest. So now make we dey tell Fambule.
So I think
patient enough.
waiting Sierra Leone and the one for C with the wrap up now. It's about how realistic this program be. I mean, or this project be.
Very, very
I'm
realistic.
coming. How realistic it is, and if you get for do with field salon one for C, that field salon guys. I mean, the branding there.
You see, go to WFP now. You see the bag rest.
That is what Sierra Leone and one for C. So as far as them concerned now, they not see field salon.
So you go
they not
to
see Field
Mountain
Salon,
Lion,
let's say it.
where Mountain Lion they produce. You go there, you censor the bags. You will see. You will see Feed Salon logo at the back. But that's not the way we dey envision this.
Okay.
Yeah. When we don't get the private sectors in, like Mountain Lion, they produce your own rest. You get your own branding.
So
you get your own labeling.
you think at some point the president be overpromise salon people?
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure. You know, basically, any president, for example, I remember where somebody they mentioned when Jeff Kennedy promised one day a team up say it is see America they land on the moon. I mean, this is an impossibility. First of all, how do you get there and all of this? So people let me say as in a vague, but it happened with some after a while. It happened, right? So basically, so I'm not anytime we leaders and pronounce something, basically something within them.
So Paul, because what the
now the
president be
strategy-
saying that salon people themselves they look forward to
But
why
you
people
know,
and
somebody rightly mentioned, you know, you can't just when leaders produce some things is we also need for take up with mind and say
Okay.
get up and take that opportunity in our hand.
Thank
Now the
you.
problem now is alone. We left for lay back and see Sierra Leoneans we know entrepreneurial.
Thank you.
You know, you say self sabi dandy. If I were to like more na white collar job for where necktie goes, you don't know. Now you see most of them are jumping on Okada. Somebody rightly mentioned about that. So how far you go Ghana now. Go Dakar. Go na Kenya. Go young man then they are millionaires. They are exporting horticulture outside of
Thank you
millions of dollars.
so very
So
much.
let's do that.
So thank you so very much, gentlemen, for an attempt for be part of the Epic Morning Show. And of course, I don't talk about Field Salon, don't we, yesterday, and also today is World Food Day. I mean, and one of the objectives of the president, not for reduce angry. I mean, looking at how well, in as much as it's a color, we call it Field Salon. Well, we don't expect them to be free, but I mean, the market will be competitive, and which of course is a challenge. And of course, the 10% safe we the ministry say forget we therefore do it to national from a national budget is also challenging as well. So much challenging, but as a nation, I believe say we go push through, make we no politicize this thing. I mean, as whether I mean it's your party or not. I mean, if we're able to support the project, let's support it. I mean, I believe it's basically the government they look at for making them get the private sector in this. I mean, plenty of them for people to be part of this Feed Salon project. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for an attempt for being part of the Epic Morning Show.